What's up, Internet? My name is David Whale.
I'm Ariel Edwards.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
Yeehaw. That is right. Welcome to a Thursday edition of The Nightly Morning Show. If you're one of our YouTube watchers who catches up with on YouTube, sorry that you have missed us the last couple of days. We had a technical difficulty yesterday and a personal difficulty the day before that.
Yep, but we're back. This should be on YouTube shortly after we finish recording the show.
As well as our podcast feed. To all of our podcast downloaders, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's been fun. The thing about the podcasting that I find interesting is there's no comment system.
Right.
So I have no idea who's downloading on the podcast. I know that some people are downloading from parts of the world that I'm not familiar with at all. So to those of you in the Isle of Man who are downloading the podcast, what's up?
Thank you.
I hope that you like it. Thank you.
We appreciate it.
It is weird. It is weird when you start to look at your analytics for your content.
Yeah.
And you realize oh yeah, we have a significant number of people who seem to watch some of our YouTube videos in Brazil. That was my computer.
Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But there are people around the world watching our videos, which is really fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. That's why we call this the Nightly Morning Show, because for us it's the morning, but for people like Hero of Wind in the chat who's in Japan, it is
midnight.
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It is the middle of the night.
Yeah. So, we're just trying to be inclusive.
So I heard a rumor that you might be doing a bonus stream.
That is correct. The rumor, the rumor I cannot confirm nor deny, but there is a rumor.
Wait, you can't confirm or deny?
No, you're gonna have to talk to my manager.
Am I your manager?
No, God, no.
Oh, I was like, I don't need another job in this company.
No, God, no. Yeah, so yesterday I was convinced that I would slay Daddy, and Hades prevailed. So we're gonna give it another go tonight after David's stream. And hopefully I can get my first win in Hades.
So that'll be 7 Eastern?
Yes.
7:30 maybe?
Yeah, around 7 or 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And please bring some moral support and
please
chocolate.
Bring that beaten up daddy energy.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I really want my first win to be on stream, and we were so close. Oh my god.
For those of you who aren't, this is a good time to say you should watch this show live, because our chat is hilarious, and the use of emotes that our good friend Liza Bear just threw in the chat is absolutely hilarious.
Spot on.
A perfect use of the Ahsoka emotes that you can only find at twitch.tv/nerdynightly.
Oh god.
I felt bad last night because I was like, you know what? Before bed, I just want to play a round or two of Hades. And I had 2 great rounds where I wiped the floors of Greece with him. And then you were in the room and I was like, I feel like, am I flexing on my wife right now? I felt bad. I was like, oh no, I shouldn't be beating him in front of you until you do it. You know what I mean?
Wow, because I'm that fragile.
No, not because you're fragile. I just I never want you to think that I'm it's more that I'm, you know this. I'm very hyper aware of perception of me. And particularly your perception of me, and not wanting to be, because we are in that space of being a video game playing couple. I never want to be seen as the guy who thinks that he's the better video game player, when the truth is I've just happened to have put in 30 hours into Hades that you haven't.
Yeah, you started playing it a week before I did.
I know, but it's not even reality. It's my internal monologue of don't come across as one of those dudes, dude. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, no, that's not how it comes across at all.
Good.
It's you literally playing a video game.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I have anxiety about many things.
I got you.
Many things.
Well, yeah, so I might be playing Hades later tonight. Please come join if you're feeling fancy.
Miller, my brother in the chat says, I feel that way when I manage to aim while moving in any game when Ro is in the room. It is a skill she has yet to master. That is actually true of you in shooter games as well.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You can't move and shoot at the same time.
No idea what you're talking about.
I wonder what that is. Because I think it might be... And, like, this is not against you at all. But there are a significant number of people who I have seen who didn't play, like, 3D platforming games a lot as kids, who, when they pick up video games as adults, it takes them longer to learn that, like, dual stick movement idea.
I mean, I played Star Wars Battlefront a lot.
Oh, okay. So, but then you've played shooters.
I guess, yeah. I guess that's the only shooter I've played.
I just find it interesting, because it is like it is a little bit like doing this thing, right?
For me, it's that I always overshoot. I can't move the stick only like slightly. Mm-hmm. It's either like if I'm here and I want to aim here, I end up here.
Yeah,
I like tap the thing and it goes over here, and I can't. It's like it's really hard to get that like in between.
Yeah, I just find it funny. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh god, like, and it's like we were talking the fishing mechanic in Hades.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't understand how this works, and I was like, oh, it's like the like traditional fishing mechanic, and I realized that I only know that because I played so many video games when I was so young that it is like ingrained in me, and modern video games don't ever take the time to teach you those things anymore because they just assume that you know them. Yeah,
like it didn't tell me how to fish at all, and you're like, it's like Pokemon. So as soon as it like bobbed, I tried to catch it because Pokemon, it's like oh, got a bite.
Yeah.
And you press it, and so as soon as it like bobbed, I like pressed it, and I was like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Because it doesn't explain it at all.
It is just interesting. It's those things that like are part of the video game language that it's the same with any language. If you never learned it as a child, it is harder to pick it up as an adult because other people just assume that you know it. Mm-hmm. And I find that fascinating. Just watching it from a perspective of like there's some things in video games that you're so good at. Mm-hmm. You're really good at like 4X game. Like you have like those skills.
I'm really not. I just know Civ fairly well, but like.
No, but you have a good brain. Like my point is like you're really smart, and like you figure stuff out really well. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you get frustrated if there isn't like a tutorial.
Yeah. I need to know what I'm doing. Like I didn't think I would like Hades when I first picked it up because it throws you into the middle of the game, and I was like, this is bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like that. I don't like.
You don't like figuring it out.
I don't like feeling dumb, is what it is. No,
which is funny because you're not. Like, you're so smart.
No, but that's 100% what it is. I don't like feeling dumb, like I don't know what's going on. That's 100% it.
Yeah. I love that the beginning of this morning show is David and Ariel talk about their anxieties. You're anxious about feeling unintelligent, despite the fact that you are quite intelligent. And I have anxiety about being perceived, despite the fact that I do so much to not be perceived as in a negative way.
Yeah. Yep. It's great.
What a pair we are.
We should do like an episode of the nightly morning show that's like a like mental health episode where everyone just comes in.
I think this is it. I think this is that episode. You guys, this is what happens when things like look, let's be honest. All right, today's a weird day. Yesterday was a mess. Yesterday was awful. Yeah. And
it was all happening during my stream, and you came in and were like, so the world is falling apart.
Not the world, just DC.
Terrorists have stormed the Capitol building.
And that's what they are. I want to be very clear. The people who stormed the Capitol building yesterday are domestic terrorists. Yeah. And I'm not going to mince words about that. I know this is a morning show. I know that we have fun here. Clark's is going to make up the news in a bit. Like, this is a fun show, but at the same time, I do want to say those are terrorists. Mm-hmm. They should and will probably be prosecuted with the fullest extent of the law. Yeah. Donald Trump should resign, and he should do so in shame for what he did yesterday. Yeah. And I'm not going to mince words. There is no coming back from yesterday. Yeah. There has been a lot of awful things that have come out of the current president of the United States' mouth. His actions have been awful. His words have been awful. His deeds have been awful. And there is no coming back from yesterday.
Yeah, we just want to make it very clear where we stand on this. Mm-hmm. So there's no question. Yeah. If you think that what happened yesterday was okay, if you support it in any way, shape, or form, this is not the space for you, and please leave.
But actually, like, I don't want that in our community. I'm not interested. We are not. Yeah. I do not stand for conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. I do not stand for any of that, and I am not, I congratulations. You managed to break into the building and used your white privilege to get away with a bunch of BS that you shouldn't have gone away with. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you feel so proud of yourselves, but there will be a reckoning for what happened. Mm-hmm. It hasn't come yet, but there will be. Mm-hmm. And good, honest, kind people who you think are weak because we're kind, we're gonna get you. But we're gonna do it the right way. Yeah. And that's the thing that people never realize. They think that because they made a show of force that they're so strong, and they don't realize that there's actually a lot of power in the government, and like there's gonna be consequences for this. And there should be, because it was disgusting and it was appalling. And anyone who was smiling while they were terrifying senators yesterday is garbage.
Is a monster. Yeah. Yeah. And we just want to make that very clear. Yeah. That's why, Dave this morning is like, it feels weird to do like an entertainment news show right now because of what is going on. And, I think it's important to acknowledge what happened, and we want to be very clear about where we stand on it. Yeah. But we also want this to be a safe space where you can come if you just need we are still going to bring you the nerd news, and we hope that's okay. But we do want to acknowledge the seriousness of the situation and not just ignore it. Yeah.
It would have been weird to say nothing. I do also want to acknowledge, as Hirotham brought up, 4 people died yesterday, and they didn't need to. Yeah. Too many people are dying right now already. We're in the middle of a health pandemic that has taken so much life, and I really can't imagine that postponing a vote was worth 4 people's lives, and I really hope that the people involved in yesterday are at the very least able to realize that their actions killed 4 people. Yeah. And that there is some humility in realizing that your actions killed 4 people. Yeah. And those lives sit at the feet of the president and Senator Hawley. The 2 of you are responsible for 4 people dying yesterday. Mm-hmm. The president's responsible for 4,000 people dying yesterday as well, through his inaction. And that's true. I have no problem. When Trump was first elected, I was one of those people who was like, this might not be the worst thing ever. Like let's at least hope for the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. No matter who I believe with, no matter who I agree with and believe in, I want the president and prime minister of every country in the world to succeed and be the best. I want every president to be the best president ever, because that just means that the people are happier, the people are better off. And Trump has been an abject failure in every single possible way in that. Mm-hmm. And I'm okay saying that. Like, the dude can just leave office, maybe leave America. Just go live in Turks and Caicos in a nice resort. You're rich.
Nobody has to deal with you. We're done.
Just
goodbye.
Let's move on. I do want to move on, but we just felt like we had to say something, or else. Yeah. I don't know. It would have been weird not to.
Yep, absolutely.
And so, to start off the news, Clarus.
No.
What's the news?
No. I wasn't ready.
I warned you.
I know.
I fully set you up. I told you it was going to happen.
I know, but then we got into something serious, and I couldn't focus on that and making up the news.
The only way to follow up Trump is to also say a bunch of lies. So, it's a good segue, right? From one liar to another liar.
Wow.
It makes up the news. It's intentionally a lie. We tell them. Here's the difference. We tell you this is made up news.
Yeah. We label it fake news.
Trump is like, I know the truth.
Yeah. Wow. What it must be like.
This is the only time I will ever compare you to Trump, I promise.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Real John Roth, thank you for those
Thank
biddies.
you so much for the biddies. Okay. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm trying to make up something that's like not related to what we just talked about because I feel like that's so just like I'm trying to like come up with something that is completely
weird thing to make a joke
unrelated. Of. Well, I was gonna like make a joke about like Trump, but I was like, yeah, let's just stay away from that. You know, let's just.
Harsh is making out the news, y'all. Here we go. The show will be 3 hours long today.
Wow, we're gonna wait until I can come up with some kind of inspiration.
We always do, because this is the best part of it.
Is it the best part? This anticipation? Because right now I'm just sweaty and I feel kind of nauseous.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna address Nolan Pfeiffer saying in the chat says they've never played a Fire Emblem video game before. Highly recommend it. Fire Emblem is a great franchise. Come on, Clarus. We're almost 20 minutes into the show. We haven't said any real news yet, so you gotta make up the news faster. Nothing.
The news is that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer has made some allegations against Santa Claus, and authorities are currently investigating the working conditions at the North Pole because apparently they are not up to snuff. We just want to thank Rudolph for bringing these things to our attention so that an investigation can be thoroughly made.
Oh my god! What allegations?
The elves are not being paid. That's against the law. That is against the law, okay? These poor elves.
Okay. I'm glad it is working labor dispute allegations and not like other you said some allegations against Santa and I was like
where am I going this? Where am I going this? Where am I going this? I saved it.
But how is Santa supposed to pay the elves if all the toys he gives out are for free?
Well, the toy like
Well, just put like a Bridgestone sponsorship on the sleigh.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Goodyear tires.
It's advertising that no one ever sees because no one watches Santa when he delivers presents.
Oh yeah, because you can't see
him. You can't see him. He's invisible.
They really lied to me when I was a kid. They were like, yeah, but like adults get to hang out with him. Like adults like know he's there.
Really?
Well, yeah, because they're like in like every like Santa movie, like a parent is like sees it and like hides the kid. Like there's always that like or like Tim Robbins kills him and puts his pants on for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
You've never seen the Santa Claus?
No, I haven't.
I can't believe that.
No.
It's not Christmas anymore, but I feel like I need to like make you watch it in January. All right, let's do the real news. Real news, y'all. That was something. This boy got up early this morning because Monster Hunter Rise had a new official announcement, live video from Nintendo about the new Monster Hunter game. For those of you who don't know, this is one of my favorite video game franchises ever made. I have put thousands and thousands of hours into Monster Hunter. Mm-hmm. I really, really love it. And so I was very excited to get to watch this. I have to say the new monsters look very cool. I'm very excited to fight them. But what I am most excited about is that they announced that in the game they're introducing something called the wire bug. Okay. Which is a new way for you to grapple and climb. It is also going to allow you to jump on the back of a monster and ride it. And use it to fight other monsters. And, oh boy. Oh, wow. This boy, very excited. Oh, wow. That should be fun. In addition to dropping all of that information about the game, Monster Hunter Rise did also end by saying that the demo for Monster Hunter will be available on the Nintendo Switch store today. Yeah. Which is what they did with the Age of Calamity game, which I played on stream, and I never actually bought, but I know Hero in the chat did, and so Miller, I'd love to know what your thoughts are as a huge Zelda fan on Age of Calamity. But they dropped this in the Monster Hunter announcement. They had this title card at the end that said Monster Hunter Rise demo available January 7th. Capcom, the creators of Monster Hunter, then immediately tweeted that the demo is available Monster Hunter 8. And so it's either available today or tomorrow.
We're actually not quite sure.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out... here's the thing. When you put a demo out like this, and you imagine that like everyone involved would know what the date is.
Yeah, you would think.
But it seems like Capcom doesn't know when their own game comes out, and I love it. It's perfect.
It's a mess.
Well, because the live announcement ended, and I immediately went to my Switch and was I'm downloading the demo. I was gonna play it on stream later today.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh yeah, no, there is no demo. And I was like,
you were like, what?
So I went to Capcom's Twitter, and Capcom was like, oh no, it's available tomorrow. And I was like, but
you're like,
you just did a video saying it was available now.
Yeah.
100,000 people watched it.
Yeah, we're very confused. Please get it together.
Have you ever played a Monster Hunter game?
I have played Monster Hunter World very briefly. Yeah. Very briefly.
I have never in our relationship wanted you to have your own Switch more than I do come March 26th.
So we can play Monster Hunter?
So we can play it together. Because there is co-op, and the co-op is really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
My fondest memories of Monster... The reason I love this franchise is when I was in high school, me and my 3 closest friends in high school, Steve, Oliver, and Adam, but we called him Thor, because he was very large. And very, like he honestly would dwarf Chris Hemsworth.
Wow.
And I can say that honestly because I've been in both of their presences, and like... He is Thor.
Thank you, John, for the biddies.
I mean, he's not Thor, but he's bigger than Thor. The 4 of us would just skip school every day, and we would go to Edo, Japan, in West Hills, and we would sit there all day eating like fake Japanese food and play Monster Hunter.
Your mom is watching right now, being like,
Real John Raw is dropping all the biddies in the chat. Holy crap! Thank you, John.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. We appreciate the bits.
So Monster Hunter is a franchise that like that is like my high school experience. My closest relationships in high school were around this game.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
So the nostalgia I have for that is really sweet to me, and I'm excited to play a new Monster Hunter game, and I might buy you a Switch so that we can play it together.
Jesus. Oh boy. But then we also have to buy the game twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, alright. You heard it here, guys. I'm getting my own Switch.
I'll try and get you that the Animal Crossing one with the nice colors that you liked.
Oh, the blue and green one?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and then we can play Hades in separate rooms.
Oh my god.
We'll have to buy a 3rd copy of Hades.
No, we don't need to do that. We've got the computer and the Switch for Hades. We're fine. We're fine. We don't need to buy Hades for another, like... We technically won the first one. We technically won the first copy of Hades, and then we bought the Hades as well for the Switch. We don't need to buy it again for another Switch. Doesn't need to happen.
Apparently Dill Pickle's buying the game for us, so thank you, Dill. Appreciate
that. Wow, Dill, thanks. Anything for Monster Hunter.
There's a thing where like if one person has a Switch and Mario Kart, then a second person can play with them.
Oh, nice.
I would love it if they did that for Monster Hunter because it would definitely make it easier for me financially.
That would be nice.
Yeah. The problem is we also have to buy a PlayStation 5 as soon as we can because I have to play Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like starting to physically hurt me that I haven't played Miles Morales. Like I feel pain
so sorry.
In like my lower intestine. And it's it's a little web slinger just being like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
In your lower intestine.
Spider-Man.
We should probably go to a doctor.
That I have a tiny Spider-Man just screaming his own name in my bowels.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned. But,
Why? It's great.
Sure. Yeah. I think Liza has also been playing Miles Morales.
I know she has.
We're very jealous.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
Part of me wants to just go buy a used PS4 just to play it, which is so dumb.
Yeah, it's like a couple $100 that we just like...
Don't need to spend?
We cannot.
We can. We just don't need to.
Can we?
Y'all, in other news, a Peacemaker, the new television show spin-off of The Suicide Squad starring John Cena audition tape, was released online by accident. I believe by accident. I don't think anyone would release their audition tape on purpose. And it showed off some of the language from the show and how R-rated Peacemaker is going to be.
Oh, wow.
There's many F-bombs. There's a joke in it about Aquaman effing fish.
Love it.
Which is funny, but I hope it's not a recurring gag on the show, because that is a joke from Harley Quinn, and I think it'd be really weird if they were to use it. Honestly, it was weird in this. I was like, that's a Harley Quinn joke. Mm-hmm. Like, it almost feels like they literally just stole the Harley Quinn joke.
Yeah.
And that's a funny joke in Harley Quinn. And Harley Quinn is an animated show that I don't think has received enough love for how brilliant it is.
It was great.
And if other HBO Max shows are literally just stealing their jokes because they worked on that and not as many people have seen it, I think that's kind of crappy. Yeah. The reason I really wanted to talk about this question with you, how would you feel if your audition tape got released online?
God. Depends on if I booked the job.
This actor did not.
Then I would feel very off. You wouldn't see me for approximately 7 weeks.
The actor involved is Tony Sancho, and I gotta say that his audition is great. Like, I would cast him. I watch a lot of audition tapes, and because I used to make them for actors. That was my like side hustle in New York, was I would film people's tapes. Most people are not good at auditioning on tape. It's just it's a tough skill.
It's awful. Like, yeah.
This time,
auditions in general.
This time, I was like, oh wow, this is actually a really good audition. If your audition is gonna go public, this is the one that you want to go public.
All right.
But can you imagine?
No, I would die of shame. One day I might just start posting old audition tapes online as a joke. Because I have some funny ones. I have an audition tape where put them on the Patreon
I'm
first.
Shirtless, but I have a terrible sunburn, but not where my tank top is. So I literally have this bright red tan line, and then like I'm so pale and then so red on my arms and my neck. It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, I have some bad audition tapes. And I've saved them all. I should just delete them. There's no reason for them to exist.
No, you should put them on the Patreon.
Put them on the Patreon. That would be funny if every week I released a different old audition tape.
Right?
James Sutton says one day his audition tape for Nerdy Nightly will go live and my street cred will be ruined. Do you all want to audition for Nerdy Nightly? Should we do that?
I mean, we can't pay anybody. So
no, there is no job. People will just send us audition tapes as a joke.
Great. We'll send you a script.
We'll send
you a script. We'll give you absolutely no direction. And you can just interpret it as you will. And it'll be like a real audition.
Oh my god, that would be so... If we could get a bunch of people to do that and make a video, like a compilation video of everyone auditioning for Nerdy Nightly.
This is supposed to be. Oh god, it's great. This is what actors go through. It's the worst.
Yeah.
I literally had to make an audition tape. Like, what I got, it was for a commercial that was like... talking about recycling or something like that, and it had this like huge block of text. It was a huge paragraph that I honestly just ended up reading off the piece of paper because it was so long. I was like, there's no fucking way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Way to swear on the morning show.
Yeah, I missed that one. Sorry about that. But like it was this like doomsday like monologue about how they destroyed the world. They snuck up on us with labels like eco-friendly and blah blah blah, and they wanted me to make a tape where I was like foraging in a post-apocalyptic world for like food and supplies and things like that. So I literally took my bow and went out to like the park and like shot a toy snake and like found water. Like I was like,
I forgot about
hell?
The toy snake. Yeah.
Like it was like I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this garbage that you gave me. So
we should have everyone audition to do the intro to the morning show.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's great. That's great.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, so like we'll put it up and it'll be like, "What's up, internet? This is David Webb and Ariel Edwards. They get nerdy nightly. They thought they'd share it with you." And then we'll feature them on the show.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know. I think it's a funny idea.
I love it. I love it. I am here for that. That actually sounds like fun.
All right, yeah. Well, I'm gonna work on that. That might happen.
We're gonna workshop this idea.
This idea just got so fun. James Sutton, thank you. See, this is why we collaborate with people. You're not gonna get paid, but this is why we collaborate. You wanna know why you're not getting paid? Because we're not getting paid.
And for our YouTube and audio listeners, this is why you gotta be here live. Twitch.tv/nerdynightly.
Oh my god.
Do we have any more news?
We do!
Alright, we got some news.
I think.
There's only a few minutes left.
Michael Keaton has officially signed on to be Batman again in the Flash movie. It is official. The papers have been signed. He will return as Bruce Wayne and or Batman. We're not sure. I mean, obviously,
both.
I haven't read the script, so I don't know. I would hope both. I want to see him suited up again. However, I do also realize, but you know what? He looked great as Vulture. He did all the physical stuff for Vulture really, really well. And like he's a lively man. Like honestly, there aren't a lot of men his age who could still put on a bat suit.
Yeah.
And do it convincingly. I think Michael Keaton's like in the 1% of people who could.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really excited for him to be in this movie. I love the original Batman movies. Both of his Batman movies are masterpieces to me. Mm-hmm. Especially Batman 89. The duality of him and Jack Nicholson is so brilliant. And I'm really excited for this. Less excited for Ezra Miller, but
we've talked about that multiple times.
So unfortunately, it at the same time, it does look like Cyborg is officially out. They have written him out of the movie, according to comicbookmovie.com, and actually, sorry, that's according to The Wrap. And I'm not surprised. The news we covered earlier in the week of Walter Hamada being staying on as the DC Films president until 2023, and the news that Ray Fisher refuses to work with Walter Hamada. Obviously, there would have been a difficulty there. Yep. But Cyborg has sort of fallen out in general over the last few years. I know that the Cyborg on Doom Patrol is still beloved, but in the comics, Cyborg is no longer a member of the Justice League and is not being featured as much. As they really tried to make Cyborg a thing with the New 52. They tried to make here's the thing, and they messed up because Cyborg isn't a Justice League character. Cyborg is a Teen Titan. He will always be a Teen Titan. He's always better in those other teams. Yeah. Honestly, I think that if they'd saved him for a Teen Titans movie, which they should make, they would have done better by him as a character.
For sure.
He didn't fit into the Justice... They didn't do enough with him in the Justice League movie. I don't think that's Ray Fisher's fault. I don't think that's anybody's fault. Mm-hmm. I just mean to say that they didn't give him enough personality in that movie. And they asked him to be a little too robotic, and that's not what's fun about Cyborg. Yeah. What's fun about Cyborg is that there is a charismatic man who is fighting against his robotic insurgency in his body. Yeah. But the man is still a charismatic human. Yeah. And what they did in Justice League is they made him a robot who is struggling with being a robot. Yeah. And they took away that human side of him, and that is 100% in the writing. I'm not saying, I really don't want to be seen as dunking on Ray Fisher at the moment. Because I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. But there's an incredible story to be told with Cyborg. We'll get it eventually. It's just not going to happen right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, which is too bad.
Yeah, it is. Because I like Cyborg.
Yeah, it's a cool character concept. That duality, that competition. I guess. Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah, it really is. The DCU has incredible casting. what's shocking about a lot of their films is they don't seem to understand their own characters. And it's really odd to me that they're struggling so much with the writing of the characters that they as a company have been writing for 80 years.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to me that you would struggle to understand who Superman or Wonder Woman are now. We know. We have decades, like literally decades of comic books.
A lot of source material.
Where we have laid out the moral centers of these characters for you.
Yeah.
And the fact that whoever they're bringing on to write these scripts is like failing at that like basic level of understanding of who these characters are is so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Because you'd think it would be easy to just be like, oh no, Superman he's super, like a child who has never read a Superman comic book knows who Superman is and what he stands for.
Yeah.
But the movies seem to, either because they are like, we want to push back again, we want to be the cool people who push back against this character that everyone knows and already loves and is going to be upset when you push back against the central tenet of who they are. Or they want to make Batman an adult character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just bizarre.
Yeah.
Let's make Cyborg, but let's like take away the fact that he's funny and charismatic and a leader, and we're just going to make him upset that he's a robot.
Yeah, a lot of people really like think that teen angst sells, and like
it's
honestly,
awful.
It's really, really annoying to watch.
Teen angst only works if it's, here's the thing, I'll say it right now. Teen angst only works if it is tied up in romantic crap.
Yeah.
Teen angst is fun to watch if there is a love triangle associated with it. Teen angst without any, because the love side of it is the positive side. The angst towards love is an angst that we can all relate to,
mm-hmm.
and it is finding love and being with the person that you love is like the hardest thing in life, and we got very lucky. But when you have teen angst towards that positive emotion, mm-hmm. you yearn for it with them, mm-hmm. and you go on that journey with them. When you have teen angst in a room with no like positive thing that it is yearning for, mm-hmm. it just feels dark and whiny to the audience. And
yeah, when you have teen angst when like the world is at stake and you're trying to like save lives, mm-hmm. it's just really not fun to watch.
Well, we talked about it in the Catching Up Clarus about mm-hmm. Avatar, when I was like, yeah, there's that part in season 3 where the world is literally at stake and Aang is like, no, I want to go to Fire Nation school, and you're like, why? Like, what possible reason does this episode of this show exist? Besides to, like, I guess to be filler? I don't know.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Yeah, Doug Derrilla was saying they need to loosen up and have fun with it like they did in Shazam and Aquaman. 100%. Shazam is so good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have all talked it up. I'm very excited to watch it.
Maybe that'll be our Catching Up Clarus this month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch Patreons. We're watching Shazam.
Great, we just decided.
Shazam!
That'll be...
We're going to have to find a way to watch that. But
what number is that? Oh, that's the 16th.
Yeah, the 16th.
That's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Dope!
Yeah. Shazam. Shazam is so good. It really is. Like, Shazam is a delightful film. Aquaman's delightful. Mm-hmm. The first Wonder Woman movie, built on hope, love, delightful. The first Man of Steel, built on this, like... I mean, look, there's a lot of brooding in it, but there's still love. There's still compassion. There's empathy. Like, it's almost like... when your superheroes are super and also heroes, it works.
It works. Who would have thought?
It's just wild to me.
Yeah.
It's wild. And like Birds of Prey is all about the love that these women find for each other and the respect that they find for each other. And it's positivity. Mm-hmm. Birds of Prey is so good.
It's brilliant.
It's just, it's almost like you want your audience to like the characters in the movie. I don't know what it is.
Shocking.
But it's like when you like the characters, you like the movie. It's wild. Wild thoughts from the Nerdy Nightly today.
What a concept. Jesus Christ.
Am I being like too harsh?
No, I don't think I can really call anyone out for being too harsh.
Yeah, how do you feel about The Last Jedi? Don't answer that. We're not going into that today. We do have one last story. This one does actually go back to Zack Snyder.
Oh.
Yeah, so Dave Bautista, who we all know as the famed WWE wrestler, turned comedic genius in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Mm-hmm. His character as Drax the Destroyer in the MCU is hilarious. Mm-hmm. And I saw a lot of people didn't like the joke in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where he thinks that he can turn invisible if he just doesn't move. And I love that whole scene.
I thought it was funny.
I love it. I am so still that you cannot see me. I was like, this is brilliant. Why is Gamora?
Oh, God.
Brilliant. That was Infinity War. Thank you, Shin. Yeah, but like, I knew that I loved his Drax from the moment he did the nothing goes over my head. I'm too fast, I would catch it. From the first Guardians movie. I was like, this is perfect. This character.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing.
He was offered a role, apparently, in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, as were many Guardians of the Galaxy actors. Mm-hmm. But he turned it down. And he turned it down in order to star in Zack Snyder's new zombie film. He says he did this because he was actually looking to be in some more dramatic stuff. He doesn't want his career to be stuck in the comedy stuff. Which is, obviously James Gunn's Suicide Squad is going to be a very funny... The Suicide Squad, sorry. Yes. It's going to be a very funny movie. And, I know that he loves working with James Gunn. I don't think this is a difficulty between the two of them. Yeah. When James Gunn was first fired by Disney, Dave Bautista was his number one supporter. Yeah. Dave Bautista had said publicly that he would not return to Guardians of the Galaxy 3 if James Gunn did not. And I supported Dave Bautista and James Gunn in that. And so I would have expected, like, James Gunn calls, Dave Bautista shows up. But it seems he didn't do that because he wanted to be in a dramatic movie. He also says he wanted to work with Zack Snyder. Yeah. On this new zombie film that is a zombie heist movie from Zack Snyder.
Interesting.
See, you make that noise. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't like zombies.
I mean, yeah, the zombie thing is, like, not my favorite. But also, like, what Zack Snyder movie have I seen that I liked?
300 is really good.
Yeah,
I like 300.
That was a good movie.
Watchmen doesn't understand Watchmen, but I think Watchmen is shot really well. I think all of his... I love Man of Steel. Man of Steel and 300 are my favorite Zack Snyder movies. Yeah. Sucker Punch is also shot really well. It just is kind of nonsensical.
God, that script was awful. Yeah. I have seen that movie and... Woof.
I think that a zombie heist film plays into the best of Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
His gritty emotional realism ideas would work for me in a zombie movie. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I want him to make.
Yeah, I would prefer him be doing this stuff than, like, the DC stuff. You know?
No, they are doing a heist in a zombie world, from what I can see. Here's the weird thing. Okay, so they released a photo they released a couple of photos from the movie, which look very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Zack Snyder is a cinematographer's director. Like, he shoots gorgeous movies, or he just hires really good cinematographers. I don't know. Yeah. But in one of the photos, it is the team from the heist looking into a vault full of money. And I'm just kind of like, if there's been a zombie apocalypse, is money worth anything?
I don't know.
It's going to be very interesting to see what this world sets up.
Yeah, usually if the world has, fallen apart, money is just paper. Yeah. Maybe they really need kindling.
You know what? Money would be terrible kindling.
True.
Isn't it, all plasticky now?
Canadian money is plastic. Money? I mean, American bills, I'm sure, they're terrible.
Yeah, I guess American bills are like cotton.
They're papery. The Canadian ones are plastic. You can't rip them.
You can't start a fire with Canadian money, right?
No. Yeah. They'll just melt, as far as I know.
Now I want to see someone remake the scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker burns the pile of money, but it's Canadian bills, so nothing happens.
It just melts.
It just melts. And everyone in the room is just it's the smell of burning rubber, so everyone's just
and maple syrup.
God. He's not pouring gasoline on it. He's literally pouring maple syrup on Canadian money and trying to light it on fire.
The bills smell like maple syrup.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No! Why?
Well, I'll show you after the show.
Do we have any money?
Yeah, we do.
We have money?
Yeah.
Oh. Why aren't we paying our bills then?
Wow. Wow. And on that note, we just want to say a huge thank you to our patrons. You guys
thank you.
are truly the backbone. You help keep us going. We love doing what we do.
Yeah.
And your support means the world to us. So thank you, patrons. You can also be sure to follow both of us. You're streaming today at 3.
I might get on a little early, might get on a little late. No, I'll be on by 3.
All right.
I'll probably be on early. If I can play the new Monster Hunter Rise demo, I want to add that into the stream today.
That's fair. Otherwise, you're doing the Nuzlocke run, right?
Yeah, but I still want to do at least 3 hours of the Nuzlocke today. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
We have a new team, y'all. I'm very excited to introduce you to the new team that won't die.
Yep, David's been grinding off stream so that he doesn't lose 8 Pokemon in 3 hours. I'm so sorry. And then I am going to be streaming after that. After we have dinner, I'm gonna stream, and I'm gonna beat Hades. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Are you okay? You good? David's very upset about his Pokemon. They're dead. Stop it. David's acting right now. Oh, I'm the worst person. Make sure you follow us all over social media. We're on Instagram. We're on... Stop it.
That's called BFA in musical theater right there.
My God.
I can make myself cry.
Uh-huh.
It's not that hard.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I am actually crying now. Oh no, it's not gonna stop.
Oh my God.
Oh, sometimes when you start it, it's really hard to stop it. I can actually start crying easier than I can stop crying.
Great. You good?
Professional. That's right, folks. I'll be streaming at 3. Check out twitch.tv/ClarisDracaris if you want to check her out at around 7 p.m. Eastern tonight to watch her finally beat Daddy on his big old bottom. You can also follow us across the internet: Twitch, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest.
Do we have a Pinterest?
We do actually have a Pinterest.
Great, we have a Pinterest that we don't use.
And we are going to be live again tomorrow morning for another nightly morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern, here on the channel. Mm-hmm. That'll be on the YouTube and podcast feed as well. As we always say, my name is Nerdy Webb.
I'm Claris Edwards.
Do something nerdy tonight. Bye-bye.